Call this meeting to order. Young County Commissioners Court in a regular meeting Monday, January 26, 2015. It's 9:34 a.m. Recognizing that notice was given in the proper manner and time as required. That all members of the court are present. If it's convenient, please stand for our invocation and our pledges. You will pray with me. Our dear most gracious Father in heaven, we're thankful for this day and for the opportunity that we have to serve the citizens of our county. We ask your blessings upon this meeting and that it be directed in a manner that would be according to your will, and that the things that we do are of true service to you and to the citizens that we serve. We're thankful for the rain that we have received, but we believe we're certainly needful of more. We know that you'll bring it in your own time, and we ask that you do so as rapidly as your will allow you. We ask your blessings upon those of our number who we know are ill, who are having health problems. We ask that you restore them to their normal health and life. We ask that you forgive us of our many shortcomings, as we know you will. In Christ's name we pray. Amen. We'll join me in praise for our flag of the United States. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Also our Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. Please be seated. Item number 3, public comments, announcements, presentations. Those that I have in the packet are an acknowledgement letter and congratulatory letter from the Veterans Commission to Wayne McCallum on his participation and representation counseling certificate of completion for the calendar year 2014. I think that'll probably be that seminar is probably coming up in the not too distant future again. The other thing is the TIDC, Texas Indigent Defense Council Statement Grant Award, where they have it estimated, I guess I would say, $27,900, I believe is what the award is for. Normally, towards the end of the year, we may get an extra little dividend out of that. And the other thing that I have noted here is the 8th annual Young County Masonic Lodge Scholarship Auction. Commissioner Sipes may want to say something about that.
Yes, sir, if I could. I certainly do. The community know we've appreciated their support of this event for us. Over the past 7 years since this thing's been going on, we have sent in approximately $60,000 worth of scholarship money to college with students. And this last year, for the first time, we gave scholarships to juniors in college, because money does run out. It's not just that initial money that you need, it's that other money that perpetuates the completion of your degree or your training. And aside to this does not necessarily have to go to a 4-year university or even 2-year college. You can go to technical school with this scholarship. So that is March 14th. You can consign anything. There'll be a 10% commission. It's quite a gathering. It's a lot of fun. Please participate if you can. I urge the commissioners, if you have any old equipment laying around or anything that you need to get rid of, this is an excellent place to get rid of it. And like I say, it helps the community, it helps the entire county. So, yes, 8th annual Young County Masonic Scholarship, March 14th.
That's down at the old Ag Barn.
Down at the old Ag Barn. We got the old Ag Barn.
Okay, is there anything else we need to?
I guess if y'all let me know if you have something, we'll put it in paper and say that we're going to sell it there.
Yeah, we'll need, if we do that, we'll need to advertise it. Anything else? Is any member of the public out here wish to make any statement, comment? Very good. Okay, item number 4, county clerk's minutes from previous meeting, January 12th, 2015. We have a corrected copy for what is in the packets. I believe we have, they were just simply spelling errors and some redundancy that were corrected. I think that's in our public comments. That was Bud Adway here, and then I think item 13, 14, 15 had redundancy in there that was corrected. So I'll ask the motion for a motion to approve the minutes as they were presented. We have a motion by Commissioner Wiley and a second by Commissioner Rogers to correct the minutes as, or to approve the minutes as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Okay, item number 5, consider treasurer financial report.
Been busy in the treasurer's office. I have the books for October and November balanced. I've been receiving quite a bit of our tax money in, and the CRB money's starting to show up. I gave everyone a current cash position. We did pay the debt service payment. Let's see how much that was. Which is due February, dated January the 20th. The principal was $565,000, and the interest was $134,181.25. And we have the W-2s all out. Everyone should have all their people's W-2s, all the new payrolls rolled over. And
That, is there going to be some, there'll be a year or two lesser expense with regard to that debt payment?
yes,
2 years, we'll go ahead and make, I think in 17, it comes to play that debt service amount go down, the payment amount. I checked with them on that when we got that notice.
and we did have enough in our, for the new taxes, and we still have $122,000 left in debt service after paying the almost $700,000.
We have here what we've collected so far.
So far, I don't have the pictures,
Property tax.
no, but we've got about 3 real nice checks.
Okay, very good. Any other discussion regarding the treasurer's report?
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Wiley, and a second by Commissioner Sykes to approve the treasurer's report as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Carried 5 voting. Okay, county auditor, budget amendments and vouchers payable.
I have vouchers payable. Total vouchers, $146,621.25.
46.
146,621.25.
Okay,
And out of the general is $104,734.57.
Second.
we have a motion by Commissioner Wiley, second by Commissioner Sykes to approve the vouchers table as presented. All in favor?
And I'm still standing here.
Continue.
I have an invoice from Big Country Restaurant. The big commercial dishwasher at the jail had issues. Washed arm, top and bottom. Looks like it had a lot of repairs on it. in the amount of $915.40. And I'd like to take that out of jail development that has $6,700 in it.
Did we not do that?
Now, we look back, another company came and worked on it, did some other things, and this is a different issue.
So we're around $1,500 or something on our dishwasher.
Not make a comment here. Maybe different private sector though, and be different for this particular dishwasher, but most dishwasher supply companies, like soap and disinfectants, will supply you with a dishwasher for no charge. Why are we paying for a dishwasher?
Pardon me?
Yeah. Say that one more time.
A restaurant that I'm involved with has a free dishwasher. I mean, we buy the soap and disinfectants and what have you for the dishwasher, and they supply the dishwasher. So it may be available to the county with the same kind of program.
I thought we had a lot of dishwashers out
That's what I, there you go. A bunch of them, problem solved, never mind. But it might be something we'll look into.
Yeah.
And your mom had to do that?
Okay, that amount was for what?
$915.40.
So moving our jail development,
Whatever.
too much money.
Okay, we've got a motion by Commissioner Wiley to, pay a voucher for $915.40 for repair of the jail dishwasher from the jail development fund. Is there a second? Commissioner Rogers? All in favor? Any opposed? Carried 5-0. Yeah, absolutely. If somebody will furnish a dishwasher, I'd love that. And
We would probably have to buy the supplies from the particular party that furnishes that. I'll look into that.
okay, very well.
Dishwashers out there.
Probably been some kind of regulation.
Yeah.
Probably.
Item number 7 is consider employee bonds. We have one in there for Justice of the Peace Stan Naylor for $1,000. Justice J.P. Precinct 3. We have one for Rebecca Reagan, the 911 mapping coordinator, for $5,000.
Only question I have is why Stan found our JP one to find out.
I don't know.
I don't know, they asked that, I didn't even see.
I've been sitting here thinking about that, Mr. Wiley. It could be because of the budgeted amount of revenue. Those bonds could be based on the amount of revenue
They
coming to
get
the office.
Same thinking about the same.
About the same, and I don't understand why one's 1,005 either, so.
Yeah, they're pretty well mirrored, so I don't think it would have to be close to the same amount.
Yeah, I'll check on it and see.
They are. Just one second.
All right, sir. Statutes.
It just don't make sense when one be more than the other.
No, it doesn't. I mean,
I
it's a
don't think
different
there's a lot of
bond.
cost between the two, but.
Well,
It's really not that much.
I think that the JP3 one was cheaper, but, I mean, not that much.
That's the nature I came up with.
They're not the same revenue, so.
Yeah.
Kate used to say.
Yeah.
There's a bunch more.
Okay, here it says. Justice of the Peace is $5,000 maximum, doesn't have a minimum, that's $5,000 maximum. Payable to the county judge, and approved, it says it's not specified specifically who approves the bond. And it's local, that's local government code 27001. Faithfully and impartially discharge the duties required by the law and promptly pay to the entitled party all monies that comes into the hands during the term of office.
They're
everybody else is at least 5,000, I can sure have this one changed to 5,000.
Well, I think though, if that's the maximum, then I'll make Roberts 1,000.
That's what I'm saying too. Why
No,
don't we
yeah,
have-
Save money.
maybe stand it the right way?
It depends on what that covers,
You know, I said,
you know.
There's reason.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
think the reason he got bond because the situation occurred
Yes,
maybe before there.
because it's either that or it's gonna come out of taxpayers' money.
doesn't specify who approves that, but it would be my guess and assumption that the Commissioners Court would set the bond on that, what they require, not to exceed $5,000.
I think it's just that he's been in office so long, that was the original amount.
It could have
That's
been,
just what it was then.
probably, it's always, but we can get it changed to 5.
Oh, well, I don't know, I mean, why?
I would,
Well, the reason being, and that was a good thought, I hadn't thought about it, I was thinking about the bond being on just the piece that's on his entire operation. Clerks and secretaries come and go, not
But you bond them too?
disparage
Yeah,
any particular
that's him,
person.
his clerks are just separate.
Yeah, it's their clerk under something.
Separate bond,
JP Bonds was at 3,
no,
5.
so that's no
Actual
reason.
one's 5.
$1,000.
That's probably why this one only costs, I think, like $50, and usually a elected official is $177 locally, so.
What's the pleasure of the court?
You have it up
I move we accept the bond.
at 1,000,
That's
just
right.
leave it at 1,000.
Works for me. Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Sykes, and second by Commissioner Pruitt to approve the bonds on Dan Mailer and Rebecca Reagan as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Item number 8, acknowledge deputations of Alicia Henderson and Sherry Ryan. Deputation and oaths, and of Shirley Choate, and I'm gone. That's our previous county clerk in years past, and I suppose that's in a part-time role.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Her oath also. Is Shirley gonna be bonded? Is Shirley gonna be bonded?
She may already be.
She probably has already.
I need to look and see what her bond, we still probably have a bond on her.
Okay.
Because she's been working down here
Yeah.
before, so I'll check on that.
Okay. Just, we need a motion to acknowledge such a deputizations and oaths.
so,
We have a motion by Commissioner Wiley and a second by Commissioner Rogers to acknowledge such deputations and oaths as presented by Kate Morgan, County Clerk. All in favor? Carried. Item number 9. Consider historical commission appointments and co-chairs. We have members of, we have respective co-chairs here with us. I believe there's 44 county members on this roster from Young County and 4 members that are outside of the county, that total 48 total members. We have a letter of request there requesting Mr. Foster, Smith, Ms. Thorne, Ms. Cox as being co-chairs. Would y'all like to address the court?
How do you feel about that? You haven't been coerced by female persuasive powers out.
I'm fine with that.
These are all great women. I would move that we approve them all 4 as co-chairs.
I'm sorry. That's they, looks like they've got it organized, breathing new life in it, a lot of energy, a lot of good bit of interest accumulating. We appreciate that. We hope to see great things.
Great job.
Thank y'all for your time and comments.
Willing to serve.
Well, as more co-chairs allows us to speak with the Texas Historical Commission, well, certainly we meet regularly with each other, so we have good synergy working together. I think one of the main goals is to rebuild the foundation and then to extend it out from there. Because the plan, what they want you to do, and what they're suggesting from Texas Historical Commission is pretty comprehensive.
Yeah.
We'll start one step at a time, and the first step is rebuilding the foundation, getting community, unity, and that together, and then we'll start with survey and
One step at a time, aggressively but slowly.
we'll have a game plan.
Okay.
Julie, have you had an opportunity to meet the new
That
portfolio?
motion is to
Yes, I
approve
Jim,
roster appointments and the appointments of co-chairs. Very good. Thank you very much. I guess we just vote on that. All in favor of that motion? Carries. That was side. Very well. Item number 10 is consider road crossing permit. Rogers. Beautifully brought in this morning, with requesting to
Sent it in this morning, I got it Friday afternoon, so brought it in this morning. This is an old company out west of Long Airport, and they've got one oil field on the south side of Slave Road, and they started drilling to the north of it, and they need to take fluid from the electricity from the south side to the north side, so they're a pretty good bunch of guys, and they already called me to test, and got the lines marked, and telephone company's gonna go out there and help them, and we talked about putting casing in it. It is gonna be a cut rather than a bore, but they're gonna case the electricity and the fluid line too, so I'm moved to set this permit, and allow this guidance oil to cut.
I'll second that.
Slave Road.
We have a motion by Commissioner Rogers and a second Commissioner Sipes to approve application and permit to cross the county road to construct a pipeline or utility, that being from guidance, requested by Guidance Oil Developers Incorporated. All in favor? Carried 5-0.
Do you have that check?
You have in your packets there give a little preface on this. Looking back and trying to find where we had, I thought we had already done this order regarding disposition of the body of deceased paupers. And we kind of did back in 2007. That was done just as a minute order. We didn't have any formal order like this to be on file. So if you reviewed that, is there any discussion or consideration that it'll read that whereas the Commissioners Court of Young County, Texas convened a regular meeting on this day, and whereas the matter of re-adopting a policy regarding disposition of the body of deceased paupers came before the court, and that being in accordance to Health and Safety Code 694-002, 711-002, and 691.023, and 691.024. Now, therefore, on a motion made by somebody and seconded by somebody, we adopt this policy as defined down here. Is there any discussion regarding that?
Does this policy present any kind of problems in the past?
No, it's the same policy we've been acting under. It just And just,
Okay, second.
Formalities.
Here was our chance to correct something if there was something in there.
well, it's not actually a correction, it's just the order hadn't been specifically on file, specific order. I looked back there in the minutes and explained in the minutes of January of 2007, when that was done, or the last time it was done, but it was just in the minute. Wow. Okay. All in favor of such order? Carried 5-0. Item number 12 is to consider order setting fee for disposal of pauper's remains. There's in your packet also Young County Commissioner's Court order setting funeral expenses for paupers. I've modified that just a little bit from what's in your packet to read during a regular meeting of the Commissioners Court of Young County, Texas, the funeral expenses, that's one on it. I guess that's one of the funeral expenses for paupers should be read as hereby saith, but it says we'll say $1,000 for funeral for 2015. I don't know why that didn't print out the one that put in there, but it didn't.
So we have to redo this every year, depending on what the funeral is.
Yeah.
Because this is a little higher than what it was in '07.
Now, it's been 1,000 for the last couple of years. Is that
I
right?
think since Marcia said.
Yeah, she said right there.
March is last year.
What's our information? Pauper's funerals, what do they cost?
What do they cost?
What do you
We've gone to $1,000.
get? When do they go to that?
2 years
Not
ago.
this budget year, but
2 years before.
the year before, up until then, we were 900 from, in 2007, we were 750. Every change we've made has been for the budgetary.
That's another thing that we didn't put in a formal document, is just a minute order, or, I don't say a minute order, I think we just adopted it with the budget.
We got
And
the budget.
that's the way from everything we looked at, they've gone to 1,000, and they're very happy with 1,000, that covers the expenses for the direct donation.
So,
Second.
we probably don't average 2 to 3 a year at the moment.
We have a motion by Commissioner Wiley, second by Commissioner Sykes, to set the order for the disposition of pauper's remains at $1,000 for service. All in favor? Carried.
See that? That's sitting right there. Order.
Order.
Is that the one you corrected?
Yeah, well, that's the one that's in the packet. It's good enough. Item number 14 is 13. Consider fire suppression emergency services contract between Young County Rural Volunteer Fire Department and Young County. This is the same contract actually that we're working on. It's modified a little bit to include signatures of all of the fire departments, chiefs. Hopefully that'll make that a little easier in some of their requests sand for some assistance. I guess it's the General Services Commission where surplus, where they acquire some surplus. We had a pretty good round about that here a few months ago, and like to not ever got that accomplished, but we did finally. So it's at $70,000, the same funding that we have provided for the last 2 or 3 years.
The budget's done, so.
So moved. Very good. I think, Kay, if you've got the original contract, we'll execute that and then get a copy of that back to them.
So is that paid in one lump sum?
No, it's, kind of spaced out a little bit.
We gave them 20 or 25, that they have expenses they had to take care of, and that's why we give some more here in a month. Now that we're getting some tax money
That motion was second by Sykes. All in favor of executing such contract with the Young County Rural Volunteer Fire Department as specified in the contract, all in favor? Carried. Item number 14, consider equipment lease, purchase agreement, and financing for a skid loader from American National Leasing Corporation, Commissioner Precinct 1.
Yes, gentlemen, I would like to request your approval to enter into a financing contract for a 2011 John Deere 329D skid loader for Precinct 1. Total price of $45,000. We're paying $9,000 down, financing $36,065 at 2.25%. The 3 payments made: January 16, January 17, January 18. The $9,000 down is the payment for 2015. That is with American National Leasing. I would move that we accept this contract.
Second. Motion by Commissioner Sykes, second by Commissioner Pruitt, to authorize Precinct 1 to purchase one skid loader and finance that skid loader through American National Leasing. Finance cost original amount $36,065. All in favor?
And he said that he would be back later this afternoon with that contract.
Carried 5-0. Okay, on second part of that aspect, item as 15 on our agenda is consider requesting bids for the sale of surplus equipment. A 95 New Holland L465 skid loader with forks, bucket, and trailer. Currently assigned to Young County Precinct number 1.
Yes, sir. That's right. This little skid loader, a 95 model. One of the smallest skid loaders you can own. It just simply was not large enough in the material handling responsibilities we had to ask of it out there for the yard. Before we request bids, I would like to ask, is there anybody here that just needs to do a asset transfer within the county that might could use that before it heads out for bids? Then I would request that we approve the going out for bids on this particular piece of equipment. It runs fine. We're not getting rid of it because it doesn't run well, even though it's 20 years old.
trash.
I remember when Commissioner Downey bought that.
Yeah, I think about it, Bryson or Jackson.
Yeah.
It was a great fun.
When do you want to open the bids?
What's the shortest amount of time?
It has to be in, advertised in twice, 2 different separate weeks, and I think 14 days from the initial
First day.
advertisement.
Okay, so it'll be the end of February.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be here on the 23rd, but I'll have somebody here to open the bids.
Second meeting is
Second meeting of February.
Are you selling them all together?
I'll set the question.
I'm selling them all as a package, yes.
Yeah.
23rd, February the 23rd.
10 a.m., okay?
Forks, bucket, trailer, and skid loader.
I don't know if they were bidding on each.
I second that.
Mike, 10 a.m., okay?
10 is fine.
Okay, will you help me with the write-up
Yes.
on it, and I'll get it in the paper this week?
Okay, we're gonna receive those bids till
Right.
The Friday before the 23rd.
34.
Say 4 o'clock in the office.
Receive Friday,
Okay.
4 p.m. We have beside that motion, Commissioner Wiley with the second, all in favor? Carried. Item number 16, discuss or consider quotes for filling out privacy fence. I think Cheryl's got those.
They're-
Yeah, I think I got them in time, I was able to get both of them to, and I just had them,
Right. And I talked to him, and what I was telling him, I said, give us with the curb, without the curb, chain link, treated, untreated, blah, blah, blah.
it's on the
So I gave us
bottom.
all a little bit of different aspects to look at, what y'all might wanna do.
Do we wanna look at making that a little smaller?
Uh,
Does it have to be as big as what,
Yeah.
it's 300 or 290 linear feet, I mean,
Well, I visited with them a little bit and went out there. I guess it was on Friday, maybe it was on Thursday. Talked to them, yeah, one day last week, and I visited with them a little bit about that. Looked it all over, and they said, quite frankly, they didn't really expect anything that big, and that was plenty large, and they thought that maybe reduced footage by a third or maybe a half even would be satisfactory to them. So, and I looked at it too, I thought the fence was a little closer than that.
Yeah.
So there's good ways out there
It is.
to the road. So, you know, we.
Are we talking about fencing the front yard?
No, it's just the backyard. And inside the backyard, you got a storage building and their sewer tank and their gas, their propane tank. So the only thing you gotta do is
Like
leave it.
one fence in front of the house?
No, I think it was in the back. I think it's what they were.
The walk up to the house and behind the house was a problem.
yeah, come
Like the
in
previous,
behind
right.
here.
And
They did a smaller chain link fence with a contractor test that we're willing to accomplish.
All you gotta do is leave a double gate.
they did
So they
indicate
can truck
they'd
it
really
out.
like to have the privacy fence.
And you don't have much privacy,
Uh,
so you don't have much privacy.
You know, when you take a job that requires you to live on the premises of your job.
Yeah, and they're not, I mean, they're not the ones that, I mean, just like Norman said, they need a little privacy. He was the one that brought it up to start with, they didn't.
We're gonna take the funds out of this, out of that money that was donated.
Well, we've got,
We already budgeted.
We were gonna do air conditioning, we haven't done, but
And I don't know, I was thinking, if you did the privacy fence, the untreated wood, let them treat it. I mean, he works out there. Let him work. You know, let him treat his fence.
So the difference though, in pressure treated and.
I don't
That's all it's done.
well, it'll be treated when it goes up, it just has to continually be treated.
We galvanize chain link, we'll have the problem.
We had that problem, get up on the chain.
It's there.
It's there. And you really don't have to have a curb if you have chain link either.
You know,
I
I
think
think the problem is, that can't the precincts get together before that curve?
I've done some checking
Was
on
that
that.
time that?
I checked on that.
How good we could do.
To have it done, you're looking at, was it $11 or?
I think that's what it was.
11, 12,
Lee Wiley said.
but you know,
I'm not curved by myself when I was younger, and I really don't want to do it
You wouldn't be. It's a tougher job.
no more. You got a little bit of that stuff.
Okay.
Trying to use assets we already had in place.
But the only thing I'm saying about the curb, and I kind of like what the judge is saying, you can keep it cleaner that way, because when you got a chain link and you're trying to weed eat around it, make it look good, it don't weed eat.
Well, you got digging dogs to be back there.
You got around there like.
Yeah.
I really like
Little
the
diesel.
290-foot curb's $2,400 with bond bill, so that's about that $8.
That's cheaper than what it was with the other. The other one figured 35.
6,600 with a curb. Yes, I don't think we did that much heat.
Well, we can always reduce it, I'm good with that. And you know, if they get that chain link too, you know, there's those things you can put in it to kind of make it semi-private back there. Well, you know what I'm talking about?
Let's see, that's,
A third of that would be good, about 200 foot. So. That would knock it down considerably.
And then I don't have to move that monument, which is good. But I don't have to move that monument.
That work there, plus you're gonna knock your curb down if you do the curb, so. You're not looking at
And we still might move that monument. That monument is right behind their house, and it's almost covered up.
So it draws people to the back there.
You know, you can't even see it. And all the other ones are up on the fence line. So,
Military Road to San Antonio.
yeah.
No way.
I mean, do you think it would hurt to move it up towards that fence? It might be a lot, it might be a job though.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of base it's got underneath it.
It's probably about 2 to 3 foot under it, just buried straight into the ground.
Okay, it's just a granite stone set in the ground, so doesn't have any base on it.
I don't think so.
that. Broken brakes on the way over
Shh, don't say that. We got super quick. That's just a project.
there.
Okay, you got,
Well, we get down around $3,000 if we reduced it to 200-foot fence with a concrete curb.
I'd be more in favor of that than I had this other.
Works for me. As long as I think it covers where their septic is and their propane tank and goes past it just a little bit. And you have a double gate somewhere in there so they get in and out to do their thing.
well, those, prices are near one another. And,
Which would you go
we know Lee Wiley's work. What I suggest that the court just, employ the services of Lee Wiley Birch Fence and Welding Company, and then let's, deal with him and the caretakers out there on whichever style of fence the court may deem proper, whether it be the chain link or with privacy, and see just exactly what, kind of funds it's gonna take.
Well, and I have to kind of agree with that too, because Lou Wiley at least, and he'll put like, you need this post, this many posts, you need a double gate, and the other one, it's not itemized at all. And we,
You know, I think,
I think that the wood, even though it's a little more, would be
I
better.
think Matthew worked with them out there,
Don't you think the
and
wood
Lee Wiley
would
and
be
get that
better
thing put down.
since there wasn't chain link back in the day?
Open that metal roof, see
and
that
just
it's
go ahead and do the chain link.
Well,
Chain link,
Curve.
I,
it's toys.
Do you think the curve too,
I
David?
like the curb.
I do too.
It
Makes it
cleaner,
cleaner.
I like the wood too, if they keep it treated. Old kids keep it treated.
I see wood is just increased maintenance cost, additional installation cost.
You gotta keep it treated, and you do that pump on the sprayer.
Can I make a proposal too? And I can see what he's saying with the wood. These people do have kids with swing sets. You got a chain link, and then you got the privacy fence hiding swing sets and stuff out there. Or toys. Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying.
you got
You can make it look cleaner.
6450 or 4050, and that's for the 300 linear feet that he's talking about. In either instance, I think that footage can be cut down by a third, or maybe even a half.
When you cut down the feed, you're still gonna enclose the propane tank.
Yeah.
It's like the propane tanks right here and then the sewer. Yeah, just like right here, they're right beside each other, so it covers both of them.
I believe that septic system sits immediately in front of that unit in there now. And then, if I recall right, that we stubbed out, and I think we zigzagged. South.
I think I'd like to go do a site location, look at it and see what, before I make any kind of decisions on what and how much, where, because I have not done that. And I need to do that before. We're not in a hurry for this.
I don't think we're putting off, I guess, would be fencing our kids in and their dogs in.
It's the kids, their dogs in. Of course, when the kids gonna get old enough, they work for us for 20 years, they're gonna be outside the fence. You know, they don't keep them confined inside the fence.
Cheryl, what's in the Fort Valley budget? You have a budget there with you?
Hold on, let me get that.
Special care spending money's not budgeted, how much
We have
we're
budget.
spending.
You're good.
Well, we've got that Fort Valley budget, and then we've also got that fund that been donated to Fort Valley. It has to be spent on Fort Valley.
All right, we have 7,800 in there, but
Didn't the court allocate some of that for air conditioning?
for some kind of cooling in the museums.
And then,
We may not hear about that as much now with the new caretaker.
But even if you put some kind of a small.
I know, there really does.
they've got summertime either.
And got summertime good either, that's right.
In grounds maintenance, we had $2,500, in building repair maintenance, we had $5,500. I could go run a statement of expense and see what's up, because that's all of your, your everything.
What have we got ground maintenance for courthouse?
That would eliminate totally. That means that no grass, no lawn, no nothing.
In the courthouse payment,
Except,
grounds maintenance, and there's $7,500.
if you went down, you said it'd be what, 3,000, 3,500?
Yeah, I figured about cruise, I was like, can be about 42.
We could transfer some of that to this project.
You do a budget transfer from one to the other.
No, I'm not gonna vote for it.
Maybe 2,000 or 3,000 or something from courthouse.
The only reason I think it is, and that's just my opinion, is just, it keeps the clutter from the kids' junk.
Another reason for that is to leave it open where people can see that clutter and they may be more forced to keep it clean. If they shove things into a closet.
My wife's good at
See, that's my thing.
that. Edit that.
Okay.
I would like to see what the smaller fence, what the minimum size fence is. See, enclosing that butane tank, how far butane tank behind the house? Good way.
How far back?
How far back?
I would suggest probably about halfway between the house and the road.
Can you pull it up on Google?
It's actually, I didn't remember it being that far, but it's pretty good ways from the house.
If we decide on a contractor today, then I can at least talk to them and say, this is what we want to do, and then go from there.
You don't allocate a specific amount of money to spend.
What do you think? What do you think?
Bids and pricing.
Well, like you said, if we cut it down, we're gonna cut down the price too.
There's no market out for wood, we use what it costs. So there's a little cheaper.
We'll rule out, do we want to rule out wood privacy fence?
Chain link is sufficient.
I'd say that we hired Birch Fence and Welding, or that we solicited their services. We've got pricing all the way from $4,050 to $9,950.
So we would be rejecting the low bid.
Well, we don't, it's not actually a bid, it's just a pricing.
Okay, then
It is,
let's do a little more.
and did you see also on Lee Wiley's, it does show that he is treating the wood on it. And the other guy doesn't show if he was treating it or not. It's hard when they don't spread it out like he did. You see what I'm saying, Jimmy? Where he says he
Yeah.
treated it?
If you take out on that chain link down there, if you take 100 foot off of it, or take a third of that price, you're looking at $5,033. And that's just about what, that's with the curb, and that's just about what we've got in that building, or the maintenance fund.
Maybe we're gonna save $1.
But like Judge said, we can transfer some from the courthouse grounds, and we have 7,500, maybe a little bit in there to cover. And we could wait and just move it if we needed it.
We've got some, flower beds around the courthouse and some drainage issues we need to take care of this spring too. Courthouse. We'll use some of that money. We were also planning on getting in here prior to spraying and doing some tree trimming on it, which is gonna result in some expense.
On that chain link, I have seen where it comes, plastic coated, and whole, be a black, and they can paint those posts and all, and make it galvanized.
The, plastic coated fence, I've seen cracks in the UV after a while and stuff starts chipping off.
If you do the chain link, I does see the chain link done upside down.
So I think that we're still discussing specifications.
Chain link too.
Absolutely.
Real cheap.
Get a fence that lasts as long as this board did.
It'll be a low maintenance fence. When the wind would blow over. If we get a wood fence, then that's gonna be into our insurance, comes out there and does insurance on it, that'd be more insurance.
Yeah, that, good job, getting from the building back there.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a motion out here for somebody, I'm gonna move that, we, contract, or that we solicit the services of Lincoln Valley Birch Fence Dwelling Company, and that we allocate $5,500 for such fencing project as, may be able to be put together with that. We'll let Matt and let you, Mr. Sykes, wish to go out there and discuss that with all parties, see what you can come up with that figure. It doesn't matter whether it's wood or chain link or whatever.
So we would be left up to that.
$5,500.
$5,000.
Whatever.
We left up to the $5,500, what kind of fence we could build for?
Right.
Does that suit you?
That was me.
I'll second that.
Okay.
So 5,500.
You second that? Okay. We've got a motion from myself and a second by Mr. Pruitt to allocate, to enlist the services of Lee Valley Birch and Sons Fence Company and allocate $5,500 for such fence project around the Fort Belknap residents, as can be determined by Mr. Pruitt and Mr. Sykes, with Mr. Birch and James and Amber Hammond, input from all parties.
To clarify clarify, when we come up with an idea and a price, and we are free to start the project and get it completed.
It's up to $5,500.
Don't need to come back to court.
All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Okay, item number 17. Consider resolution number 30-FY 2015, supporting the display of In God We Trust in the Young County Commissioners Court Chambers, which is this room.
So moved. Go into detail on that.
I don't know if y'all have been receiving those emails.
I have.
I've been getting, or once in a while, I send one. I also get the email when somebody adopts that resolution. And there's, I think, did I put a list of counties in there?
You did it in one of your emails. Oh, it's here.
Yeah. I don't remember, there's 30 or 40 counties and a few every week. The other aspect of that is figuring out just how to display that.
Big bold letters out there.
Got a motion?
Yes.
Second.
Who's second? Okay. Got a motion by Commissioner Hood, second by Commissioner Sipes to adopt resolution supporting the display of In God We Trust in Young County Commissioners Court Chambers. All in favor? All in favor?
You had the resolution in hand.
I do. She'll have the original. Okay, whenever we get the excuse down, I'll get a copy of it. I'll notify the person. Item number 18, consider letters, consider letter of support Palapenna County Emergency Services District Number 1 for a multi-site VHF communications system. I think, did I send you all the email to you on that? You have a letter in your packet with regard to that. Support that the court sees fit, authorizing me to do that. I'll sign that and send it to the FCC. It's a communication system that's going to use multiple repeater systems that can be utilized by Young County and neighboring counties. And it's, what the letter is supporting is the FCC issuing such license for those repeating towers. They're not any cost or any to Young County. It's just something that would sure benefit us also. So we get that.
We've been down that area before.
We've got the second. Motion by Commissioner Pruitt, second by Commissioner Rogers to authorize county judge to issue such letter of support for Palapenna County Emergency Services District Number 1's wide area communication system. All in favor? Carried. Item number 19. This This is another consideration of resolution and letter of support for the Powhatan Mountain State Park. That is a little history behind that is Texas Parks and Wildlife had park acreage around Eagle Mountain Lake that they never developed, and I guess it's an assumption on my part that they sold that probably to a private development company. That, and with the agreement or the intent at least to purchase acreage in or near the Fort Worth area to replace the acreage that they sold. They did that down here in Powhatan County, in southern Powhatan County, and I think maybe goes a little bit over into Stevens County. They purchased 5,000 acres, Texas Parks and Wildlife, and they're calling it the Powhatan Mountain State Park. They have some funding for maintenance of the acreage in there, I think, but I don't know what all that entails. But evidently, it's not fully funded for the development of that state park. And we got this letter from the Strong Chamber of Commerce and the Friends of Powhatan County State Park, asking us to support their lobby, I guess you'd say, and this is just verbal support. It doesn't call it, it's not even monetary support, just supporting them in their effort to get the legislature to appropriate funds to fully develop that park. There's history.
How does developing a park encourage juvenile crime prevention?
Busy.
That does the park what?
How does developing a park encourage juvenile crime prevention?
Oh, yeah.
Go somewhere to play instead of in the street.
But it's, the main intent of it is for a recreational area and visitor, things like that for economic development.
I understand the rest of that part, but that part there, I
Well,
don't
you know,
understand.
It's a good word to put in there when you're trying to get a grant, man.
I read with great interest the Grave Leaders article on the park, the Salt Creek Park, and what's going through with red tape and governmental issues with parks. But no, this park gets built. If we ask the state of Texas to spend $2.7 million down in Powhatan County, there's going to be ongoing costs to that park forever.
The building, that's the cheapest thing to build.
That's exactly right. And I just wonder, what, has Powhatan County passed this resolution, Commissioner's Court in Powhatan?
I can't answer that. I
Well,
thought
that's north of I-20, that's gotta be on some county roads somewhere. So is the county gonna be responsible for maintaining those roads to the park?
I don't know that. I can't answer that.
And that's just a,
You made mention of earlier, you know, a competitive thing with regard to garnering funds from this park. You know, or is the Chamber of Commerce, do they intend on soliciting funds from the state legislature? This, I think all of this down here is strictly a federal Corps of Engineer things, which they're notorious for putting in.
promising and not fulfilling.
So, I don't know if there's any big, I can't really see,
Well, I just see Powhatan County as having, is not Possum Kingdom State Park in Powhatan County?
Yes.
Fort Richardson,
Yeah,
I have a state park over in Jack County, just across the line. Mineral Wells State Park around their lake, is it not a state park?
Well,
I mean, they're rapidly getting a lot of acres of state parks in Powhatan County, which I understand being that proximity to the Metroplex. And the fact that they sold the land around Eagle Mountain Lake, most probably to a private developer, is not a surprising situation, because that land's pretty valuable over there, too valuable for a park. That's why we have all these pristine remote wilderness parks, because this land can be,
well,
and nobody else wants it. Right. I noticed in their Chamber of Commerce or some website that I was doing some research on, there was a sign on the fence that said, Texas State Park, no trespassing. And that's a question we've got in this country right now, is who's got access to parks and resources and what have you, what are you actually allowed to do when you get in there?
Well, what's going on here is what's going on all around the state. Dallas County is doing the same thing all up and down the Trinity River, trying to develop parks and stuff. And they're creating big monies for big organizations and corporations and stuff to do it. But that's what they can't build houses on it, so they're developing it so people can ride their horses up and down it, or ride bicycles, or have picnics, or.
All those questions being asked, I don't mind helping our neighbors to the south of us acquiring that money. I just wish them the best of luck with even
The state.
this kind of thing.
Yes,
So I would move that we, okay, resolution.
I'll second. Running money out of our pocket.
Haven't you ever okayed something the judge still had concerns about?
All right,
All the time.
I talked to our chamber people, and they expressed the same concern. I don't know if you've visited them, I don't know if you have. So, I don't know what they're gonna do, they'll bring it up to their board.
Interesting to see the Alabama County has done this also. Because whoever got that precinct is going to have some new problems.
Is he gonna? Well, Alabama is very wealthy.
100 to 150,000 visitors a year will do what to a Gravel County road?
Wales wanted to have acquired 5,000 from, maybe some of those folks stay here on the way down.
I hope so. That's what we're hoping.
Get some more motels out in the county, we'll get some motels.
Possibly keep them to stop them before we get there.
Yeah, I think we need to incorporate
Okay, that's, Mr. Dodge, you have that motion?
Yes, sir.
Fred?
Wow.
Wow.
Rails and rails.
We're gonna do 21 and then take a break.
To adopt, that motion was to adopt a resolution of support for Palatina Mountain State Park.
A 5,000 acre facility.
All in favor? Okay.
I'm going to sit back and watch it with great interest.
That'll be the next resolution.
That's what we're gonna have to
You wanna do 21 and just take a recess?
Oh, that's what we want to get, what we do.
I'm gonna say no action on 21. What about y'all?
Item number 21, burn restrictions.
No action.
No action. Can we take care of
You want to go on and go to 22?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll recess, we've got this, time-specific thing for 11:15. Got through that, agenda a little quicker than I expected. Okay, we'll call the meeting back into order. Young County Commissioners Court, the regular meeting, January 26, 2015. It is now, I have 16 minutes after the hour 11 o'clock. We have a time-specific item. Item number 20, discussion and consider options for improved coverage area of Young County radio system. We've got Mr. Dwayne Hain here. If he can please come up here and present to us options that we might have to improve our coverage area and lessen the dead spots that we have.
Well, like we spoke last month, I think we all determined to go with the repeater link to increase the range for, it's a little cheaper option than what I proposed. I told you two options. And since then, I visited with the sheriff's office, and my original proposal was kind of increasing coverage for the sheriff's office in Almy. And as I spoke with the sheriff's office, we determined that Almy might not be the best location for the new, added coverage, because they do have the ability to switch over to the only channels to contact dispatch. And so with speaking with them, we decided to step back and look and see what area in the county, talk to the officers, the deputies, and what have you, and see what areas that we actually would benefit, or what area would benefit for this initial trial of adding to the coverage area. And I don't know if you had a chance to talk to anybody, or have
We talked about it northeast or southwest, pretty much the directions we're leaning towards, probably
Okay.
first.
okay. So, and that's kind of where we are, is now, you know, once they've identified where we want to go with the system to add a coverage area in, we need to go to that area and see if we can find something to actually place the equipment on. Maybe a tower out there, or some structure out there that we can put the system on.
Out there where?
Well, it's like what he's saying, either northeast or southwest, and we just need to determine. You know, we need to set out and see if we can find some inexpensive rent or some free rent to put the system on. And then, you know, that's pretty much where we're at, is locating. After, you know, last month we decided that really wasn't in the best interest of the county to place it in Alton. And so now he's giving me 2 locations to
If I could say something?
Mhm.
Our original discussion in this situation was to resolve the problem that we had because of a well-publicized matter up there in the northwest corner of the county with your handhelds during the shooting incident. Had communications problems. Are you telling us that those communication problems are not a problem any longer?
They didn't switch to the alternate frequency.
So it was just a matter of they did not switch to an alternate frequency?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we move the discussion to where else can we spend this money to better increase the,
Well, I think you're missing the bigger picture.
okay? Yeah.
Well, put ourselves in that same situation in one of those.
Stand up, Jim, when we get it.
Sorry.
Or come up here if you want to.
Put yourself in that same situation on one of those ends of the county that we're talking about. You know, only we have the ability to switch to their frequency to communicate. Loving or Lysville, we don't have that luxury. Outside of the vehicles, it's not going to happen. So that's the solution we're trying to come up with here, is to where, when we're away from our vehicles, when we're relying on our handheld communication, that we can switch to the alternate frequency and still communicate with dispatch and the responding officers.
No. What I said was that the original discussion,
That's
we're
where
trying to fix that northeast, okay?
That's
Now you're,
that's where
the
this
big picture is now, let's move that solution to somewhere else in the county so we get better communication.
Ideally, what his initial proposal was to put that antenna there, spending money when we have an alternative in place already on. Instead of doing this is part of a bigger picture where we're eventually, hopefully, going to have more satellite locations around the county. So why start there when it's already in place? Why not start this master plan somewhere else where we can get better use of it?
I think originally, on Boogart's concern and request centered around that one incident, but however, it's been, if I interpret right, there may be some training and protocol that would enter into that hadn't transpired. That doesn't necessarily eliminate dead spots in other places that we have in the county.
Absolutely, I mean, the precinct has that problem.
Right.
Communicate. I mean, it's a problem all over the county, so now if we're just taking that specific problem and saying we've got a solution for it, now let's talk about the universal problem in the county of communications in the county. Then, I mean, do we need to find a quick fix, or do we need to actually form a strategy to?
Well, I mean, there's, you know, like you're saying, this is kind of a quick fix, a low-cost fix. There's system designs that we can bring in to, you know, for sure have, you know, 95% of the county coverage for everybody. But, You know, once you bring that in and start looking at engineering and development of that system, you know, your cost of the system, you know, jumps up quite a bit. My understanding was, we were trying to increase some coverage in a few bad spots for the SO. But if we're gonna look at this and attack this from, you know, all entities in the county, you know, this one repeater is just one system. Y'all actually got several systems that y'all rely on, you know, throughout the county. So if we're going to step back in and try to do a county-wide system, you know, it's going to be completely different, and it's going to just change the structure of the whole county on how everybody communicates. And it's, you know, it's a more entailed system, more complex system, which will have involvement from everybody. Other than because it's, you know, at this point it's just been, you know, the sheriff's office and what have you. So.
So are we talking about a different set of solutions at a different cost?
Oh yes, I mean, because what, like I say, if you're wanting to resolve the situation for all the entities in the county, all the entities in the county's got to talk to carriers, and you can't put a repeater link or say 4 repeater links on. You know, it's just going to cost you way too much on either monthly income on leasing space or something like that in these areas. So what we need to look at is possibly putting a system in that everybody can slowly migrate over. County Sheriff's Office might be the first one to migrate over it, but once again, you know, let's bring engineering in from Motorola and looking at a long-term solution. And it's quite a bit separate from what solution we've been talking.
Yeah, we're talking about a different one.
Well, even starting the solution you're talking about now would still benefit everybody. They would just have to switch to that.
Yeah, they
could all share the frequency.
Right.
If we're putting that.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, we can definitely put in a you know, a system or a county-wide frequency that, you know, that dispatches would have and that y'all could go over to. And I don't know if y'all would allow, say the EMTs over on the SO channel when they're out in the county.
We were dispatched on your primary frequency, you get to that bad spot, you can switch over to this alternate frequency that can be shared between, you know, fire and EMS and law enforcement all together, because it's a bad spot for everybody.
Right.
Can I ask you a question, Wayne? Would being digital, that solve everything except for the PD?
Well, digital
Catch up with times.
well, digital would help. Digital would, you know, it opens up so much more when you go digital. Digital, when you turn your voice to data,
Right.
you use routers to run your system. Then you use voice over IP to run your system. But yeah, the PD doesn't have the digital. The EMS doesn't have digital. The fire doesn't have. So
Yeah, they do. The fire here is digital.
not everything's digital.
Most of them are though.
What?
Because I got those grants for those.
Well, I'm talking about the city.
Oh, okay.
The city.
See if you have to get in.
Well, most of the fire, you know, in the counties, you're talking, you know, everybody carries a portable home. You know, I think y'all got 30 something mobiles and like 25 portables on that grant, which was a good grant and stuff, but that's not near enough to run all your departments. So you still got several, you know, apparatuses out there that do not have digital. But you've got a good start. So
I think though, the situation, I know there's a tower head over Loving, which is where it is at a high point, and the tower's high itself. I think if you cover the sheriff's department and you cover the fire department on that situation right there, I think that's 2 entities right there, which would give you 2 options, which would make more sense. Trying to cover everybody. And if you do it that way, then you're just talking 2 repeaters and 2 antennas.
right. Link back in their primary.
They can link back to the primaries, and that way, if we go over there to the southwest and find something over there, then you're linking all of them together, the same
Right.
deal.
How big does the tower need to be?
Well, I mean, it's,
Yes.
the size of the tower is really, you know, affects your range on that tower. So if you got a 100-foot tower, you know, you're gonna have reduced range. If you can find a location that's got 150, 200-foot tower, you're gonna increase your range. The equipment that we're putting on there is minimal, so it should, you know, decently constructed tower or communication site should hold the equipment.
So what tower are you talking about? Who owns that tower?
Bobby Sweat, it's 175 to 80 foot,
Where he lives?
right where he lives.
What's the elevation there?
Probably as closest to the highest point in the county.
No, that's what I was gonna ask
It's
him about.
strategically planted, you know, where it's at.
Highest point that I know of is, Cement Mountain, it's 1,300.
No,
Just outside of Lubbock.
no, right outside Lubbock is the highest point. Right
Well, I say the highest one I know of.
Yeah.
That's about 1,350 feet, I think, somewhere in that area.
But putting it on the highest point in the county is not really relevant to the topic.
I mean, that's,
Yeah.
this is a fact of it too.
Well, that's what I was wondering, like, where my shop was at right there. The tower was there. It's, I mean, you can see my shop from South Bend, so that's what I was wondering. I don't know, just thinking outside the box.
You know,
We didn't own it,
yeah,
maybe it's maybe $1.
you know, your site there, you could, y'all do have a tower laying on the
Do have
ground.
a tower.
You know, it's just a matter of, you know, you wouldn't have to put, if you got a high elevation point, go up 100 foot, you know, you get 100 foot higher than your average ground elevation, you're gonna talk with it. And, you know, once again, these are just filler areas that we are talking about, so you don't have to have a 20-mile coverage. If you got a 10-mile coverage, it will resolve your problem. So, you know, that's something to look at, and, you know, we can attack it from the SO and the fire department, the two county entities, and you know, allow, of course, the PD will be able to use it, and the EMS will be able to use it when they get out in the counties and stuff, and you know, that'll gain portable access with you guys. You just gotta know to switch over and stuff.
We're not talking about a different channel though, we're just talking about increasing the range of the sheriff's office.
It would be a different channel.
It would be.
But it still patches through to the primary.
It'll patch through to the primary.
Okay.
What would happen essentially is we would have, initially we have one, what we call a satellite site. It would be set down here. Anytime someone would talk on that satellite site, it's got a repeat link going to the primary site. Well, that site, both sites would key up and repeat all the audio. And then if someone calls in on the main site, the satellite site would key up and repeat the audio. And so it's like having, almost like it is a simulcast system, but it's not a simulcast system in to where it's the same frequency. Because if you do,
Switch.
you got to switch channels.
You know.
To talk.
Okay.
But to receive it is down primary.
Okay.
Kelly, in your unit, in your ambulance units, you have radios installed, mobile units, do you not?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any problem with fixing anything with those? Or is it just strictly handheld?
Not usually, it's mainly the handheld that we have.
What's the average range in decent territory?
With a mobile or a portable? Ooh, in this area up here, it just really, you know, just like the guys know, you get behind a hill, you're not going to talk. But, you know, pretty much on level elevation, no rough hills or anything, which is, you don't find around here. But you can pretty much 10 to 15 miles on a portable. Now that's up around the Archer County area. Down here, it's probably, you can get 4 to 8 miles, you know. So it's just, this rolling country just really shoots you in the foot. It really does. And, you know, that's why we're talking about putting these little satellite areas, because, you know, once again, I'll use Archer as a example. They can hit with a portable all over. The only place they have problems is when they go into a house, like in, you know, they do have problems in homes and stuff in McGarville and Holiday, and they can be outside and talk fine.
So once again, they're digital too, aren't they?
Well, now, this is the county sheriff's office just went digital. And digital did resolve a lot of their issues.
I'll get you.
It resolved quite a few issues. But here we go again. Your system, when we do add these little satellite sites, your system currently is programmed mixed mode, just like Archer is. Archer City, you can go out there with one of your radios and talk to dispatch through their system on the analog right now. Dispatch will hear you, and they'll respond back to you on dispatch. It'll work fine for you, but their day-to-day dispatch operation is in digital mode. And digital mode does increase your range. If you guys remember when y'all were talking 25K, which was the wider band, y'all had a lot better range. When we went narrow band, everything just kind of, your range fell apart.
Yeah.
So, and the digital will bring that range plus a little bit back.
Satellite system does not support digital, is that correct?
Yeah, the satellite system will not support digital. It's just an analog site out there. But your main site can talk digital if it wants to. So if y'all want to start migrating and start upgrading your radios and get to a all digital dispatch, you still got that capability.
But we can still use the satellite.
You can still use
the
satellite.
was needed. If we're in that area and needed.
Right. Yeah, right. It wouldn't affect any of your migration to digital. And right now the SO is 100% digital. They can talk digital today and go digital if they wanted to.
Have you tried digital in the southwest corner and northeast corner? Have you tried it?
No, sir.
Well,
Where is Jacksonville Fire Department's antenna?
Jeffrey Fire's antennas out on is it Richardson Ranch? On the highway 4.
Mark can talk from his house, on his, outside on his mobile. You can key it up back and forth from there. But that's a distance over up high like that, so you can shoot down here. Yeah.
well, in years past, I've been able to talk on portable radio, certain conditions from between Fort Worth and Dallas, all the way back to my precinct home.
That's before there.
Yeah.
That was back in the day.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a good while back.
I haven't warned yet.
You know,
Well, I think he's right about his yard right there, because that would cover all of Murray, all of South Bend,
That's what I was thinking too.
and Fish Creek Road,
You can
over that area, yes.
put it up 100 foot.
The only thing
Okay.
I'm concerned with, and we might be able to test it out, see how it works, is that gap between Alney's area and how far we would get from your yard. So there might be a little gap around 380 somewhere, but,
Right.
you know.
At least like you said,
But if it's safe,
South Bend, Murray, that area.
well, the point like we're looking at is 3 to 4 of these remote sites.
Right.
So this is a free area.
You know, I heard y'all talking about earlier about the Palapena repeater system. You know, they've got pipe sites. They're going to add it to their system. Yeah. So, you know, that's what, and y'all got basically the same terrain. They've got a little bit rougher than what y'all got for the most part, but you're south side of the county concerning their terrain.
Yeah, the south end of our county benefit from their tower.
They got one on, they're going to have one on Johnson Peak, their PK, and they're going to have one around Creighton. So,
We're at the southwest part of our county.
yeah,
It's long ways off.
yeah, that's, you know, you're probably talking, because once again, our main goal is to get portable coverage increased, and then you've got that 8 mile, I guess you could say, dome or circle around that site, where you're going to have good portable coverage, and then you get further than that, and you start.
My take was that was trying to improve the coordinate radio service along the ground.
Yes.
You go out there in the brush and put your feet.
Can always work around the
That's exactly.
What used to do that is-
You know, we attack this a year at a time, it's not gonna cost that much.
That's the way to approach it, you know, as a program rather than a project.
Yeah. And, when we start, we already got towers available, get that process going, and go from there to another one. And as we do it, just kind of get it to where it's planning,
Start out there, man.
you know.
Right there.
We got one already ready to go, so we can do it.
If you go 100 foot up,
Put it there.
Yeah, construct it
if you
down.
go 100 foot up, how far do the cables can go out?
What do you mean? Oh,
Third wave.
well, yeah, it's a little bit more than third wave, but what you can do is you can plant a dead man out there at 10 foot, 12 foot high with a little anchor
Yeah.
kicked off it, and you'll still be able to drive your vehicles. You won't have to worry about, you know, driving your trucks and stuff.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
Trucks and maintainers and what have you.
Yeah.
So you
That's what it's
you get you a piece of pipe and start up, 10 foot in the air with it, kick your dead man off that piece
I
of
don't know if
pipe.
they're available, but there's a tower at Murray, a microwave tower, I don't know if it's in use, what it is, the one I'm talking about.
I think so.
And then there'll be what used to be Brad's cell phone on there at Profit,
Okay.
up there across the Profit Cemetery, there's a tall tower.
Is it owned by AT&T?
I think it probably is.
If you got AT&T, it's gonna be hard to get on, if they're on there. Now, if Brad just kept it and leasing it to them, something like that, that could be a possibility.
Something like that, maybe could take care of, southwest and northwest both. Something like this on about over close to, I guess that'd be close, fairly close to Lincoln.
We talked about that across the property.
Well, I'm talking about the one you were talking about where it was.
Oh, that's mine? Yeah, it's gonna take care of a lot.
Yeah,
Good take for it.
yeah, you'll take care of it. You got that bridge going across.
I've got a bridge.
Is that the one northeast of town?
It's,
This way?
yes.
That could take care of northeast.
Right, that'll take care of 16, good for y'all.
Oh, that's
You're dead right there. aren't
East
you?
of 16 and north of 114?
You know, that's in dead for,
Yeah, it's just
Oh.
right down, Turtle Road there,
What's that?
south of Loving.
South of
South, not north, south. But it's still, you're strategically located.
you're right on that ridge.
And not have radio service in Markley. It hasn't been in a while.
If those sites could be available.
I'm not too sure that it would key over on it too, where we're at. Unfortunately,
As is right now.
I'm talking about if there was an antenna and everything on that. The system was already on there.
What
I
kind
think it's gonna surprise you what it'll do.
do you have good range in only on mobiles right now? Or-
Yes, sir.
I think it'd be a surprise, I think it's gonna surprise them.
Yeah, I mean, because you've got a good ridge right across there. You do. It's a high point. And then once again, that end of the county, that ridge is killing that end of the county, but once you get something up on there, you're on, fairly flat ground, especially between Olney and the tower side.
Olney, tower side, from Plum Cross over to well, you can even see the side over at Senior Mountain from where we're at. I mean, we're strategically located. It's
So we're into the abilities, aren't we? The feasibility, the affordability, and the reliability.
yes.
What's gonna be outside of tower rental, space rental, what would be the cost of installation or?
Well, you're looking at about 13,000 a side.
Per radio.
Per channel. Yeah. Per channel. So if you want to put the fire and the SO, you're looking at 26. But if you're wanting to do the SO and see how it plays out and pans out and everything else, we're looking at 13 per.
I say we do both at the same time.
Well, everybody monitors the same time.
The thing is, if it gets to a catastrophic thing, though, it's gonna be so grumbled up, you're not gonna be able to deal with it.
And if, his name's Chuck with Digital Patches,
Digital Patches.
He's wanting to move fire on southeast a little bit.
Over to, Dark Canyon,
And it's,
400.
yeah, it's a good location. Well, you're all 420 foot.
where the SO is currently. And,
Yeah, but it also, we lost 150 elevation.
yeah, but you gained 220 foot, 225 foot.
We're plus a little over 100.
Yeah, you're positive over 100. But I think they'll need something up, in that area, and once they do move, further to the south, it's just gonna happen.
Is there money in all these budgets to pay for this?
Is there a budget? Well, I don't think we budgeted anything.
I don't think we did either.
They turn back one car, get paid.
We need to be able to find some room in current budgets to help pay for this, so we can't just continue to add expenses.
What's your recommendation?
Well, I mean, if we've got a location that we can go to, I'd recommend starting there. And, it's going to, fix or resolve a problem in that area. And, I've got Wichita County, it's got 2 satellite sites that use them. And, they love it. And then I've got, Clay County, they use them, that's the biggest county up around here. They've got 3 satellite sites, and this is all for the fire department, and when the SO gets out in these counties and stuff, they'll switch over to the fire department to talk back to dispatch. Wow. And, it's just,
But you don't think, using the city of Lonnie's tower and on and reach all the way to the,
I am not sure the coverage that they get off their site there. It's about 220. Yeah, we can already switch to all the PD frequency to talk.
they've offered it to us to, use probably no cost.
Right.
It's gonna benefit the citizens of Lonnie more than taking it over every level.
I don't understand how having 2 antennas to talk to the same building for the same purpose would benefit that community better than having an antenna located on a different side of the county.
We put fire on there too.
Okay. I still think we're spending double the money. I mean, we already have the capability.
Right. And what he's saying is, the fire department, all your county fire is gonna have Olney fire. So they actually, theoretically got a channel in Olney to talk to if they need to. All the SO channels has got Olney PD, so theoretically, they've got a channel in Olney if they need to talk to them.
Four towers into this project, if we decide, let's go ahead and put one up in Albany, why not? But right now, we have a problem elsewhere that we don't have a solution for yet. I don't see.
You're saying put Olney fire?
To me, it makes,
Well, can I speak a minute? Back to that situation, whenever we go to Alny, we're mutual aid in Alny, so we automatically switch to their frequency whenever we get in range. Same thing when they come help us in the county. They automatically switch on to the county channel whenever they get out of their basic area to come in here. So having our frequency on their tower wouldn't help.
Right.
Wouldn't benefit.
You're already switching over.
We're already switching over. Same thing going to Throckmorton, the
You're
mutual
trying to
aid.
get out of tower lease. We'll have to pay, what, tower lease, I'm sure.
it won't be that much.
Always not for tower lease.
You're not looking at that much from him, but to me, it's more strategically planning where it's at to cover this end of the county. Where it's at.
That's what you have to look at rather than.
And we also have a place to do there, so it's right there, put it up there.
Well, that might good.
No,
Y'all have experience.
we'll put it for sale.
We got 30.
And if we get rid of our cars, we're gonna need more. We'll all be walking with our hands held.
Well, backpacking.
Unlimited money to cure all these problems.
Look like we're probably talking more about the, SO than anything else. That's positive, the SO has. But, anything, all your dispatch comes from Young County, does it not, Gil?
Yes, sir.
Graham PD.
Yes,
all that company.
even if it's one frequency we had that we could
Right.
use together for the time being to see how it worked would be better than we had.
Some site strategically located to the west part of the middle of the county and to the east part of the middle of the county looks like the solution, or a good solution. We're not ever gonna cure.
Right, you're on there, you know, you got your satellite companies that's in Young County spend millions and millions of dollars to get coverage, and I can probably walk across the street and like dial phone, you know, so. You know, that's just the nature of it. You're not gonna ever have 100% coverage, but you can address certain areas.
Right.
With certain systems, and then do some training for other entities to, hey, when you're, go out in the county, let's switch over to, you know, the SO, or switch over to the county fire and run your ambulance call, or, you know, do your mutual aid, or what have you.
Well, we could do this two ways. We could go ahead and put 2 antennas and 2 coaxials on that tower. If you want to put one radio system in right now, you can do that. If you want to put the other one in at a later date, or if you think that one's going to be specific and work like it's supposed to, then that'd be fine. But I would spend the money and go and get the 2 antennas and coaxials done while you're paying to go up there one time.
Yeah, as we know, the tower crews are pretty high.
Well, I mean, it just makes sense to spend, and that's the whole thing we're trying to do is trying to make our money go further to make it more utilized for everybody.
Put coax up there, then they put antenna, if you're gonna put the antenna up there, I guess maybe you can wait a little bit to, attach repeater to it or something, but if you don't put an antenna, you're gonna have to send that crew back up there again.
That's what I say, we need to get both of them done at the same time, we're gonna do it.
Yeah, approximately $1,900 for a tower crew, and they're coming, we don't have a tower crew right here. They're gonna be coming from, the closest one we got to the county.
If we do that, does he give you a definite date when he's gonna put that up, be all out there, Dark Canyon?
No. He first said be spring, and then the other day said he'd get done before summer. He said if it rained and got wet again, our coax is busted somewhere.
Yes, sir.
And when it rained back earlier, it got wet and wouldn't work at all. And he said if that happens again, he would push it up. But so far it hadn't happened in the last 2 rains, so.
Tried somebody for putting water in. So the thing I'm trying to say is if you do that, then we're gonna know how y'all's rate is gonna be.
Right.
And that depicts on whether we need to put fire up there or not.
It's gonna hurt their situation up in your area.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be the main tower to address.
Okay.
If, you know,
Well, maybe that's what
we hate to waste
both put in
money,
there at the same time,
you know.
Yeah. It's a known dead spot, you know.
I think it was.
It's a dead spot currently for you guys, right?
Yeah, so I mean, you get north of 11 and.
Right, yes.
And you can't pick up your cell phone either.
Right.
You know, that's a double. See, at Murray, we have cell phone options. I mean, we communicate on the phone, we just come to.
But you get up,
But you get up there, you know,
you just got that area all the way around.
you get in trouble, you're in trouble.
Yeah. I don't know if we're gonna do anything there, I wouldn't.
So, if we
I don't know if we don't have
discussion,
anything.
there's a lot of ideas, but I don't see a cohesive plan or.
We're gonna have to find, someplace that we've got money, I think, too.
Gotta find money.
Well, that's what, you know, we do want to work with MoFone on, I know there's nothing in the budget right now. We could have actually set up, we could do a deferred payment for the next budget cycle to get that done, so that y'all can get it set up for the sheriff.
Look at Billy.
Look at sale. Hey, we're here for y'all.
He sees the need.
Good job.
That's good. That's
Somebody
what I wonder.
else puts their good work in.
That's something to ponder on now.
Yeah,
You know, until next budget cycle.
I think it did.
Okay, Mr. Pruitt's got to go, yeah, so we'll just
I'll make that motion for you, Lee.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I don't know if we're ready to act on anything right now.
I'm gonna go ahead and go forward and get the statistic, whatever we gotta do on that tire, see if there's any monetarily leaks, money or whatever on it. And,
On the tower,
and work on it.
Get some numbers on it.
It should be, he talked like it'd be a minimum
Let's have this discussion for the next meeting, get the odds with Bobby on the time.
It's right there.
You know where the
shop.
is it kind of side?
Yeah, we need to, I'd like to run by there and look at it. And make sure.
It's right off 16.
When you turn there on Turtle Hole Road, of course, you see tire from the highway. That's also, that's when the wind people come up there, they also put in wind monitor stuff up there.
On top of that,
Whenever they were doing their studies. It's a perfect location.
is that in your precinct or not?
It's in yours.
This is
Correct.
north of
Oh, I thought it was northeast.
It's north of Turtle Hole Road.
the years. Just on the other side of the road.
But either way.
Water both of you run the numbers.
Okay. Let Jimmy do it since he lives up there.
I know.
I move that we, table this discussion until the next meeting, we can have some more numbers to talk with.
Okay, you want it, back on our next agenda?
Yes, sir.
And you're pretty concrete on the 13th.
Yes,
Is that Nantan and Coax?
the Tantown coax and,
Install.
Install. Okay, the only thing that leaves out is the tire plant.
It'll be the install.
let me look at my, next tire crew.
They'll give him room to add more to it.
We want to double check, no, I can.
Yeah, it's,
Sneaking up
It's also be asking them, what's this bill for?
Yeah,
it was tire crew.
it's tire crew too. Okay, all right.
That's what I thought it was.
Boy, look, contingency.
12,800 is what it is.
That includes,
That's turnkey.
That's turnkey.
That's
That's coming down, put your feet on the gas tree.
Yeah, that's your FCC license. Now,
What about
Now,
programming all the?
we got program radios. And
What does that cost?
Well,
I thought that came on with it.
that's right. Well,
Just bullet list.
that's very hard to estimate program radios because me as the programmers is at the mercy of them bringing radios in. So we usually charge like $25 a radio. If things go smooth, because with $25 a radio, I can program 100 radios in an hour. I'm not going to charge $2,500. You know, it's one of those things. But I've been out programming radios, and it takes me 5 hours to get 6 radios.
Let me ask you a question. If we set a specific day and time and plan for each, say the SO, fire departments, or make it work, make it easier on you.
Yeah, and Young County, when we programmed in 2012, it went very smooth.
So, you don't have to go nowhere.
Yeah, it went very smooth. It went very smooth. Everybody was supposed to have been at location. We're at location. We didn't have to hang around. It was the smoothest county we had.
See, we also got to do the precincts too, because we do mutual aid,
Mhm.
fire departments and stuff, so.
We can be fine for a day.
Okay, I'll second that.
Okay,
I like it. 12.
we've got a motion by Commissioner Sipes, second by Commissioner Wiley, to table this issue for the February 9th Commissioners Court meeting for further consideration. All in favor? That's right, 4. We've lost one.
You lost that one to crack, Craig.
I move we
It's
adjourn.
only a contract to sign.
Matt, let's be with that, do you? Steve, right?